Hello and welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're joined now by our news partner with some great information. As always, Fatou Cizé is here with Cairasu Home Care, and I love seeing you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Love being here.
So there's so much to talk about when we talk to you. I always love for you to give viewers a little bit of an overview about Cairasu Home Care,
Sure.
just to give some context to our conversation.
Yeah. So Cairasu Home Care is in-home supportive home care. We work with the seniors and disabled in their homes. Our focus is to help them stay in the homes as long as possible. We also know that's what they want. That's their number one preference. So we're there to make that possible for them.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So that term aging in place is sort of the general term that people are using often, and you really help facilitate that, make it possible.
Yes.
Today we're talking specifically about long-distance caregiving, which probably poses some additional challenges. Absolutely. But let's talk about what this means first.
Well, long-distance caregiving is people who live an hour or more from their aging parents or loved ones and are still providing cares for them. It can be a bit challenging. And there's about at least 10 million of that in the United States.
So can pose some additional challenges, rather. And what are some of the signs, if you have an aging loved one at home, that they really are needing help or starting to need additional help?
Well, the ways to know that, I mean, this is a good time. Holidays are coming, families are visiting. It's a great time for family members who are caregiving in a long-distance way to know what kind of things to look for when they come to visit with their parents. You want to check to see, first of all, their neighbors are also very critical in assessing those things, because if you stay in touch with those neighbors, they will probably know if they're seeing your parent going in and out or not. That would be good. But when you come in, you want to look for problem areas. Are there enough food in their refrigerators and pantries? Are they getting in and out to the store to get food? Are they taking medications in the right way as it's prescribed? And are they doing their doctor's appointments? Those kind of things. You want to make sure the home is in order, is safe, not cluttered, dirty. Those kind of things, you want to check those problem areas because they're very visible. Okay. You can also look at how their personal hygiene is, because sometimes that too can be something that you can understand and see and kind of feel and sense.
A noticeable warning sign.
A noticeable warning sign.
Definitely.
That if they really need help.
So how can you really help if you are far away? You're talking about an hour, maybe a lot more than that.
Well, most are a lot more than that, but as long as it's an hour apart, it becomes a long-distance caregiving. Do some phone call-ins, check-ins. Phone calls are not the best ways always, but they are something because what we know is seniors are really, really good at faking how they feel over the phone. When they're on the phone, they're excited to talk to you. So you don't know much, but at least you know they pick the phone and they're there.
That's right.
That is that. Make sure you have some consent from them to be able to communicate with their doctors so you know what's going on as in terms of their medical needs and stuff like that.
And that's a big part of it. So we only have about a minute left, but I do want to touch on helping to keep up with medical care. How do you do that?
Yeah, you have to keep up with the medical care by getting in touch with the doctors and making sure that you have a care team in place. That way that when you're not there, you have another set of eyes looking at what the senior is going through and all the stuff that's going in the home.
Very good. Well, so much to do and so much to know, and it can be so challenging for people who are caring for a loved one to really balance their own lives and give enough care.
That's true.
And that's where Cairasu Home Care can come in and provide some support.
Support to the families.
Well, thank you for always educating us and sharing this information, Fatou.
Thank you.
Again, Fatou is with Cairasu Home Care. We have lots more show for you coming up after the break here on Talk of the Town.